A round of applause for Kokwe. There is a stormy wave of technological advancement sweeping through the financial sector, and we find ourselves in the eye of that storm. My dear friends, that storm is characterized by disruptions, revolutions, groundbreaking innovations. The financial landscape is undergoing a profound metamorphosis, presenting both unprecedented benefits and formidable challenges, particularly in developing countries. At the heart of all this is a debate. Should we usher in an era of unbridled innovation by relaxing regulatory compliance, or must we tighten the reins of regulation to safeguard the trust and stability of the financial ecosystem? Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? Oh, come on, are you ready for the debate? Pleasure is mine to invite the two teams, ladies and gentlemen, for innovation. Make welcome Jeremy Kwenu and Angela Nketiatego. And as they make their way here, it's my pleasure to invite the compliance team. Let's receive Benjamin Che Amo and Maria Abasam. Jeremy Kwenu is a chartered digital finance practitioner, currently serving as general manager at Jumo, where he oversees operations and partnerships across 9 markets. He has a fervent passion for fintech and innovation, and also happens to be Ghana's youngest distinguished Toastmaster. Please, a round of applause for him once again. Supporting Jeremy is Angela Nketiatego. She is a technology enthusiast and a seasoned risk management expert with over a decade's experience in enterprise risk management, risk modeling and analytics, and business continuity management. She is an operational risk manager at Fidelity Bank, Ghana Limited. Ladies and gentlemen, Angela. And for compliance, it's my pleasure to give to you a Chief Compliance Officer at GCB Bank PLC, formerly Anti-Money Laundering Reporting Officer and Head Regulatory Affairs, Training and Monitoring, Regulatory Affairs and Training Manager at Fidelity Bank, and former Chief Compliance Officer at Absa Bank, Ghana Limited, to mention but a few. He holds 2 MSc degrees in Accounting and Finance and Development Finance, respectively, from the University of Northampton, UK, and the University of Ghana. He is a certified compliance professional from the International Academy of Business and Financial Management and a registered member of the Association of Certified Anti-Money Laundering Specialists with over 2 decades experience in his field. In short, he is a big man. Ladies and gentlemen, Benjamin Cheyamo. Supporting Benjamin, we are blessed to have a compliance manager at On Afrique Ghana Limited with 7 years of experience in compliance, having worked with regulators such as the Bank of Ghana, the FCA, Bank of Uganda, the National Bank of Rwanda, the Bank of Sierra Leone, the Central Bank of Eswatini, and the Central Bank of Barbados, to mention but a few. She holds a master's degree in international business and has engaged in extensive training from world-class organizations in compliance, risk, and governance, both home and abroad. Ladies and gentlemen, Maria Abasam. For the next 25 minutes, this is what we want to do. These two teams will articulate their visions for the financial sector. And ladies and gentlemen, will allure to innovation triumph, propelling us into a new era of financial dynamism, or shall the steadfast guardians of compliance prevail, steering us towards a secure and resilient financial landscape? The answers lie with them. The debate will be as follows. All principal speakers will have 6 minutes allotted them. Their supporting speakers will have 4 minutes, and for their concluding remarks, the principal speakers will have 2 minutes. Thereafter, we shall invite 4 distinguished discussants who come from across the sector to flesh out the issues that have been raised, and then we will leave it to you to be the judges. Are we ready? And so let's head straight into innovation. It is my pleasure to invite, ladies and gentlemen, the principal speaker, Jeremy Quaino. Your time starts now.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, fellow debaters, Mr. Chairman. I observe all due protocol and I consider myself truly honored to be on stage addressing fellow builders of tomorrow, fellow supporters of progress. Now, I wholeheartedly agree with the premise that innovation and compliance must work together to achieve the progress we all seek. And this is definitely not a debate about which should be completely cast aside in favor of the other. However, in the words of Mark Zuckerberg, the biggest risk is not taking risks. So tonight we are advocating for a financial sector that wholly embraces innovation and believes that elevating Ghana to a truly digital economy requires us to let innovation lead, and compliance and regulatory standards need to do a much better job of catching up, or they will indeed stifle our progress and our growth. And I believe such a forward-thinking audience as we have today will agree with my 3 reasons for taking this position. Firstly, regardless of the risks, all progress humanity has made has been fundamentally grounded in innovation. Innovation is not a luxury, it's the lifeblood of progress. Take the wonders of modern medicine, telecommunication, the internet. If you narrow it down to our sector of finance, take open banking, mobile money, mobile payments, digital lending, peer-to-peer lending, alternative credit scoring, crowdfunding, the list goes on. Now, the Global Fintech report tells us that between 2014 and 2021, financial inclusion in Ghana rose from 29% to 68%. Now, that's over a 130% increase in a decade. Innovations like mobile money enable financial inclusion, which is not just about opening accounts, it's about giving people the dignity to access financial options by leveraging technology in times of emergency. The Bank of Ghana's own fintech sector report shows a transaction value of close to 2 trillion Ghana cedis in 2023 alone. Now, that is the true impact of the contribution of fintech and innovation to economic growth and revenue generation. History has shown us time and time again that great achievements are born from bold ideas and daring endeavors, not timidity and caution. And this takes me to my second point, which is that historically, innovation has always preceded regulation and compliance. Without innovation, there would be no regulatory compliance because there would simply be nothing to regulate. Several times in the past, regulation and overreaching compliance have nearly stifled the growth of innovations that went on to change the course of human advancement. 2 prime examples of this phenomenon are Skype and Uber. Both of these technologies paved the way for other technologies. However, when they first launched, they were considered illegal. Regulators took several years to recognize that existing compliance frameworks were not equipped to deal with this new technology. And it's only after this recognition that they revised policies to accommodate them. It's only this revision that allowed Skype and Uber to flourish, transform their industries, and reach millions worldwide. Now, let me be clear. I'm not advocating for innovation to be left unchecked. A number of innovations were enabled by regulatory compliance. I'm sure my opponents on the Innovation Blockers team will try to sway you all with cherry-picked fringe examples of times where innovation went ahead of compliance and caused minor incidences of fraud and maybe cybercrime. They like to make the case that fraudsters tend to capitalize on new technology to defraud people. And my answer to that is that only happens because fraudsters themselves are innovative. They are the ones who quickly adapt to new technology, understand the opportunity, capitalize on the loopholes to defraud people. Now, can you imagine if regulatory and compliance bodies moved at the speed of fraudsters? We wouldn't have to sit on groundbreaking technology for years, waiting for technology and compliance to keep up. And that leads me to my third and final point, which is simply that in order to regulate and develop compliance standards in this era, regulators themselves need to be innovators. The Reuters Cost of Compliance report tells us that every 7 minutes, a new regulatory update is implemented. Now, the only way regulation and compliance can keep up with this velocity of regulations and monitor its compliance is by falling back on innovation and technology. Last year, on this very stage, our regulator won the award for RegTech of the Year, and this is simply because of their innovative and unique approach to developing compliance and fintech regulations for the fintech sector. So they are a prime example of how even compliance needs to innovate in order to be effective.
You have 1 minute remaining.
So let me close by saying this. It's not deniable that we need to work together. However, history has shown us that if you only had one choice, then innovation's value is unquestionable. The only way we can truly maximize that innovation is by regulators and compliance bodies adopting an innovator's mindset, quickly catching up with new technology, and moving with the speed of fraudsters. Thank you for your time.
And he did it in 5 minutes, 22 seconds. Jeremy Quinn, a round of applause. Making a case, a robust one for meticulous regulatory frameworks. I give to you Principal Speaker for Compliance, Mr. Benjamin Che Amo.
Mr. Chairman, my fellow debaters, ladies and gentlemen, I stand on all the existing protocols to discuss and engage my fellow debater that compliance and regulatory oversight is essential for innovation. We do agree that technological innovation leads to economic growth or support economic growth. What we are saying is that innovation strives with compliance. Innovation without compliance is a recipe of disaster. Compliance provides what we call a ray for the innovation train to ride on. Once you slip off the ray, you are off. We want to say that when we have innovation, for example, in the year 2006 up to 2011, you realize the proliferation of microfinance institutions. So I'm taking it in the industrial level. Microfinance institutions, which were licensed and unlicensed microfinance institutions, came on board and all over in the country. Before we got to 2011, you realize that there are a lot of depositors' funds which have gone to the drain. And the Bank of Ghana in 2011 instituted a notice to regulate microfinance institutions. And now, those microfinance institutions that are working within the regulations are now working profitably and creating employment for the institution. And deposited funds are safe and secured. We also saw the journey that moved from the microfinance institution at the industrial level now into what we call inclusive banking. When guidelines for managing inclusive activity or banking activities were introduced, you realize that that space, which usually call unbanked, is now being banked and then is thriving. So we're saying that for you to prioritize innovation ahead of compliance will rather create what we call unethical behavior. And you can see that depositors will not be protected and the financial integrity of the country will not be upheld. So we say that compliance is essential and key in driving innovation. And we also say that, we're also arguing with our debaters that people think, or like he said, that compliance has to catch up. We have moved away from those days where we say compliance has to catch up. Compliance currently now strives with innovation from day one. If you have an institution that carry the compliance along at the time you are nurturing the idea, the innovative idea, we give you the requirement, we follow together, and then we guide you, and you are able to have a sustainable business. In the past, where the innovators will be in their room, nurture all the ideas, and when they are coming to implement is when they rope compliance in, is where we have that challenge. Today, innovation and compliance are working together. It is the reason why Bank of Ghana in 2020 set up Innovation and Fintech Department to be able to help in regulating fintech activity. I therefore say that let's uphold compliance and embrace compliance, collaborate with compliance, and innovation will drive to a sustainable business growth. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for Benjamin. Making a supporting case for innovation, it's my pleasure to invite Angela as she makes her submission in 4 minutes.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, fellow debaters, all protocols observed. I was happy to hear my fellow debater mention that compliance provides the rails for innovation to ride on. But let me ask Team Compliance, where are you going? It's Team Innovation that provides the destination for you to be able to provide the rails to ride on. Ladies and gentlemen, the conversation we're making is this: let innovation lead. A few years ago, 15, 20 years ago, if you were to go to the market to buy a mobile phone, you would probably buy a Nokia or a BlackBerry. Permit me to digress a little from the fintech space. Ta-na-na-na, ta-na-na-na, ta-na-na-na-na, right? That iconic tune was the tune that many people heard from their phones. However, the failure of companies like Nokia and BlackBerry to embrace the innovative Android operating system at the time, due to their internal compliance policies, resulted in these companies falling short of market share, tragically losing their market share. And today, if we were to take a poll in the room, I don't think any of you would, 5% maximum would be using a Nokia or a BlackBerry. A few weeks ago, we had the Vice President of the country, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, launching the 3I Africa Summit. 3 I's: innovation, investment, impact. There was no C, by the way. At that same summit, Dr. Bawumia said the government is looking at launching a fintech innovation fund which seeks to foster innovation in the fintech space. JM Mahama also plans on launching a technology and innovation fund which will support technology development in the fintech space should he be voted into power. We will most likely be getting a fintech innovation fund, whether it swings left or right. Oh, guess what we are not having? A compliance fund. Ladies and gentlemen, if we allow innovation to lead, we will live in a world of endless possibilities. Imagine if MTN mobile money had not jumped on the successes of M-Pesa in East Africa. Today, your side chicks and your wives will not be able to tell you, send me Momo. I'm sure my fellow debaters will understand. The point is clear, ladies and gentlemen, that innovation must create the destination, innovation must lead, and then compliance should catch up. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, Angela and Kitsia Opare and that technical knockout. And now making a final case for compliance, Maria Abasam.
Okay, thank you very much, Angela and Jeremy. But as you know, innovation exists, but without compliance, there is no sustenance, and business is not going to last for a long time. Compliance exists to ensure that all these things work. As Jeremy mentioned, regulators need to be innovative. I stand to say that our regulators are very innovative. Currently, we have regulatory sandboxes where every fintech or banking institution can log on and then test the products and services that they want to bring into the market. This allows even associations to come on board, support, and then provide their insight also to make sure that everybody is safe. You also mentioned without innovation, there's no compliance. But I put it to you that we have regulatory technology platforms now where things are being automated. Transaction monitoring is being automated. Onboarding is being automated. And everything that the business has brought up through its innovation is critically being looked at to ensure that nobody is harmed and no one loses all the investments they've put into the business. Customers are also looking at the fact that they are protected and they are not harmed, giving financial institutions the monies to use to protect them. So in this case, if I give you money and at the end of the day I lose my funds, then coming up with all the innovation does not help us in this process. So please, I think I insist and we are of the opinion that compliance has to take the lead, but at the same time, we need to balance and make sure that we work together. Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, Maria Abasam. And to all those in favor of compliance, say aye. And all those in favor of innovation, say aye.
Kafui, I want to bring you back to announce the result. But before I do that, I want to ask you, do you think it's 80-20, 70-30, 60-40, 50-50? Take a wild guess. 50-50. How many think it's 50-50? You know, elections can be very shocking. When they were debating, we thought, oh, this one, we know the result. But the result is not easy. Please come up, Kokui, and come and announce the result for us in the debate between innovation and compliance. No, I don't have the result. I have the pink sheet. So you're going to open the pink sheet. Kokui is going to announce. She'll announce the result in terms of the vote proportion. Then she'll tell you which category won.
Okay, all right. Thank you, Bernardino. Well done, congratulations, wonderful effort, and please congratulate Team Innovation. They won the debates. Well done to Team Innovation. You won by 70% to 30% of votes won by compliance. Well done. Fantastic show.
And the Young Fintech Leader of the Year goes to Jeremy Quinn. The winner is